You know that feeling when you wake up tired, even after a full night's sleep? You've done nothing hard, nothing draining, but somehow you're wiped out. Motivation is gone. Focus is shot. Even simple tasks feel overwhelming. And the worst part? You blame yourself. You label it as laziness. You say you're not disciplined enough. You beat yourself up for not having the same drive you once did. But here's the truth we don't say out loud often enough. You're not lazy. You're emotionally exhausted. There's a big difference. Laziness is a choice to disengage. Emotional exhaustion is what happens when you've been too engaged for too long, without rest, without boundaries, without emotional release. It's what happens when your brain has been operating in high alert, navigating work, people pleasing, perfectionism, financial stress, future anxiety, emotional labour, and you've never had a moment to just be. But because the exhaustion is invisible, because there are no crutches, no casts, no bruises, nobody sees it, including you. So instead of giving yourself grace, you add more pressure. You over-caffeinate, you say yes when you mean no. You take on more, hoping that more effort will equal more motivation. But effort without recovery is just a faster route to burnout. And I know this because I've been there. There have been days I sat at my desk completely frozen, my to-do list staring back at me, the cursor blinking, and yet I couldn't move. Not because I didn't care, but because I cared too much for too long without a break. And I hated myself for it. I called myself lazy, weak, unmotivated. But what I actually needed wasn't more discipline. It was more compassion. If this sounds like you, stop asking what's wrong with me and start asking, what have I been carrying for too long? Because that laziness you feel, it's often grief you haven't processed, disappointment you've been pushing down, decision fatigue, unacknowledged fear, shame in disguise. It's your nervous system saying, I can't do this unless you let me breathe. When we stop judging our fatigue and start getting curious about it, everything changes. That's when you realise that rest isn't a reward for burnout, it's a requirement for brilliance. That boundaries aren't selfish, they're sacred. That saying no to others sometimes means saying yes to yourself. And that healing isn't always dramatic. It can be as simple as switching off your phone, going for a walk without a podcast, letting your emotions rise without stuffing them back down. Ed Milet once said, it's not that most people lack motivation, it's that they've never learned how to emotionally recover. That's where your power is, in the recovery. Because here's what I want you to remember. Your worth isn't measured by your productivity. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not weak. You're just tired. And being tired doesn't mean stop. It means pause, reassess, replenish. As I often remind my clients, rest is not the opposite of progress. It's the foundation of it. So if your body's begging you to slow down, listen. If your brain feels foggy, stop pushing. If you feel like you're failing at life right now, ask yourself, what might I need to let go of in order to feel light again? Because burnout isn't just a sign of doing too much. It's a sign of carrying what was never meant to be carried alone. And if you take anything from this video, let it be this. You don't need to do more. You need to feel safe enough to do less until your energy returns. It will, I promise, but only if you stop fighting your fatigue and start understanding it. And if this message hits home for you, please know you're not alone. Leave me a comment below. Let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you think someone you care about needs to hear this, share it with them. You might be the reason they stop shaming themselves and finally start healing. Until next time, I'm Dr. Rakish Rana, the Clear Coach.